switch over to our many turns. And then to a little link. Shareable link. Stream. Spectators. Many turns, then replay. Happy face. Alright. Move this back up. Make sure I join my own stream. Okay. Well, hello, Darren. How are you doing? Oh, he's going for a different build, different capture path than I am. Yeah, nice comfy penguin stream. Let's see. I guess you have the choice here of do you go for this like capture chain or do you go for the harbor quickly? I'm wondering how good that is. Obviously, you go for the black boat, try and get this airport. Can't you lock the airport with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? You can lock the airport with a missile from right there. That's a very safe missile. I'm glad you're doing good. We'll take a forward capture. He's got two. I'm like, do I go for this one first? Because it pressures this city. He does have two bases here. I'm also worried that if I don't go for this now, when he builds a recon, he can deny me. Nah, he won't do that. He'd never. Yeah, the black boat has to make it through here, which is why I would be going for the harbor right away. You need to go early before he can block you. I don't think it's ever going to be worth it because of the how unstoppable that missile lock looks. So I'm not going to rush it. But if maybe it'd be okay to do is, I don't know. We'll end that turn. 1 down, 19 to go. Complete that capture. Let's go here. We'll go with this one. Aha! I'm in the way. That's right, Halo. What's up? We go over here first, before we get our butt handed to us. I'm equal. No. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Be added as the official King of the Penguins. I mean, I wouldn't be against it. Oh, this is one of the more active games, or like games that are more progressed. He didn't hit me at all last turn. That means all of my attacks were free. Is that right? Goes for that capture. Goes into a bunch of woods. Uses AA up, recon up, infantry, tank up. Tank up, he's just like tons of tanks over here. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'll take this property. I'll take this property. I'll take this property. So I've got 23 properties. And I need 26 to win. So, assuming I keep this property, I need to find 3 more. I've got 2 right here. So just 1 more. Probably going to be this one. He did just move a bunch of tanks up here away from it. And all he has guarding it is a single AA. I think an injured tank probably on this city. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can slam into it with tank and double copter. That's probably what I do. You can also hit it with another tank. That might do better. And this copter can go up here and help with all of these tanks. Along with this one. Yeah. We will do that then. Can you hit from... You can't hit from down there, so you can hit from the city. You know, I want to sit on the city with a threat of a capture. There's a tank right there. That was a low roll. It looks like his A is going to live, but just have like no health. That's fine. We'll hit his tank. We'll start taking this. We have to figure out how we want to deal with everything over here. I think we definitely sit on this mountain and attack this guy. Yeah, it's got 2 fuel left. Hey, Mecton. It's had a busy life. Be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put you here. Let's put you here. Oh, he has another AA down here. I forgot about it. It's okay. I don't remember if... Well, he's got lots of targets anyway. It's okay if I get trapped along the way. And it's a great first strike otherwise. Oh. Bam. Now, how do I want to deal with what's going on over here? Start moving towards him. Ooh, that's just a dead tank. He's gonna get his power, so he'll be able to interrupt these caps. Have I faced gaming gubbins before? I mean, it's possible. This game's been going on for a little while. I doubt it, though. You know, I should look at my own history. It was Cloud, Darkwood, Astidy. Nope. Looks like this is our first match. Oh, I watched his Max replay. Oh, that's cool. Let's put you here. I know it's gonna suck up an Urban Blight, but I just want to be safe that he doesn't find a way to bust through here. I don't think there is a way. He might have undertaken this forest, but it'd be very embarrassing if he was able to kill like infantry down, artillery down, and this guy walks onto the city and messes up my poor tank. So we can either continue the interrupt up here, try and take out some of his vision. No, I think there's an infantry in this forest. I'd have to watch the replay again, but who's got time for that? Yeah, we'll go this way. Well, this is a horrible attack. I don't even like come out on top and then I'm sitting next to a city. Let's not do that. I go here. No, let's just go here. Let's just join in the attack. 2 recons. It'll pick off any infantry. Then do we hit this guy? Do we hit this guy? And what do you do? I can't hide him here because he's got this 2 health infantry to reveal me. I might just stay here and be used as a big clear next turn. In which case we will just take out a division. And just debut here. Okay. We'll just do a triple tank turn. And that's the turn. He might not even get his normal power, in which case I'll probably get my super. And then he's super wiped out. Ha 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 ha. No recon on recon violence here. Okay. And then the base. Capture. Capture in the turn. I think it's been there like 4 turns. It's been pulling its weight. I try to remember my own openings. You must go here. Yeah. I mess it up, I mess it up. It's going pretty well. Got lots of games, but so far most of them are just the very beginning. So oh, he's rushing that comm tower. Well, if he rushes it that fast, I can't stop him. Or maybe he's not rushing it. This does seem just like the movement to make. Go for different bases or different cities. Let's see what he does. I'm glad you like the opening. It's good. I think that one was pioneered by Zeronix. He's a big, or when he was playing, at least in Fog, he was a very big APC fan. Not seeing a reason to not go for this first. Because you could go for a really fast airport to try and get some transfer copter stuff in standard as Drake. Let's not do that. Let's just go for the obvious capture. You go here, then you go here, and then here, or something. You can go here, then here, then here. It's not great. If you go here, and the next turn you go here, and then this finishes, you start this, and then he goes here. As this guy finishes, and then you go here, and he goes down here, I guess. Okay. I think that's fine. Still don't see a purpose to this lander so far, but oh wait, no, you can take vehicles across the little water. 1, 2, 3. Love those copters. Okay. I swear I just took this turn. You know what? Is he doing anything sneaky? No. I think I'm going to start hitting him with some recons. They're grit recons, but they're still recons. What do we do with you guys? This is probably what you do. Now, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only recon here. Definitely an infantry here. I think I want one more infantry over here for now. Just go single recon. It's a little awkward to go single recon. Double recon looks very good. But I think I'll just do single for now. The age-old question, is it better to get an early black boat or an early transport copter or an early lander? I think the boats are better. A little more expensive though. Well, I'm not gonna play any of these games out live, because otherwise I'll just never get to cover replays. And I have so many turns to take. I can go here and I can decide next turn. Aha! Decision put off for one turn. No. Oh, this is the guy that took the penguins from me. I was like, why can't I move my penguins? That would be why. Do you ever just walk past this property again? Go for this one? That seems so bold. Hey, Arctic X9. I go for it now. You can go here and hit me as I finish it. If I don't go for it now and he builds a recon, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, he can deny it from me. How would I hold it? Skipping the city. And I block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It takes 2 turns for an artillery to try and lock it. Yeah, I think it's too much. I think I just have to rely on getting a tank or something later on to try and pressure it. Here, and then this goes. I probably should have gone for this capture first, actually. Although you can do it too. Okay, either one can reach these. It's fine. Oh, he went back for the airport really fast. Does that mean I build a recon? If I build a recon over here, I think that forces him to build a tank over here. Otherwise, he's not. I can deny these cities. I think. He's gonna move up here, and then I'll move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can deny this city. I'm going to try the recon play over here. I think that's a good punish for this. But we'll see. That's right, this is a map, that's what this is. Jeez. I think I have to react to what he builds. for these cities right now. I'm not gonna get this comm tower. That was a pipe dream of mine. These are pretty safe. I don't think I can realistically deny that. Maybe. This capture chain looks kind of nice. I can probably get this city with an artillery. Okay, we're gonna go for the money. I have a feeling I'm gonna need it for early vehicles. Do I go APC? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Drop off. It's not good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 7. Aha! I drop off here. Okay, we're going APC. A PDF essay and sell it to viewers? Have I seen that game on Lucifer by LVJD? I don't think I have. Or maybe I have. Oh, this is this game. Sorry, Orange Sniper. You're not tricking me again. Oh, that's always happening. Max against Olaf, jeez. Go for our bases. I think this is fine to go for. I could go recon then up to here. And that threatens 2 sides. But he's not going to go for his harbor. I don't really want him to have a tank advantage over me. I'll just go infantry. I'm glad you like the song. I'll have to add some more music tomorrow when I get some time. Go for the base. Definitely don't forget that. This harbor is looking really juicy. Ooh, my opponent did not get a transport copter. Have a partay. That is good news for me. What was the last song with the heavy guitars? My music player doesn't actually tell me what songs I'm playing, sadly. I have a folder full of music I've downloaded from epidemicsound.com. And it just kind of goes through it. It's kind of weird. On OBS, it tells you what song's playing, but on Streamlabs, it doesn't. It just kind of plays it. I was trying to find a way for it to tell me. It was like, well, you can do it if you have if you're using Spotify, but I'm not using Spotify. But I can it was historic. I could probably post a list of all of the songs I have, I guess. It's the best I could do. I feel like, is the harbor worth going for early? It does look like you can do stuff with it. Okay, we'll try that early harbor. It's faster money anyway. Ah, this is the recon harassment game. Okay. We definitely do this, right? And he's blocking me from interrupting his cap. He does have double tank coming up here. Yeah, definitely just come in and interrupt this. You do 2 damage? Might. Let's see. Do you make the roll? Oh! Yes, scum. Oh, let's deny that. Kill this instead of taking the property. Regardless, I think this always happens. That's just a roll anyway. I think we go for the comm tower. I think we go for the comm tower before he can stop me. Although I'm sure he would never do such a thing. And a bunch of tanks and stuff. Grab a medium tank, I guess. And then save money or another recon. Let me just get another recon. Get it here though. Okay. I guess I should have retreated with this guy. It's okay. The really annoying part for him is Sensei really doesn't want to build infantry. And he doesn't get that much charge off of fighting my recons. So if I can keep picking them off, it's just going to be super annoying. The recons are trading out okay, But I will definitely end up taking a hit eventually. Do this one. Oh, it's this one. I had so much stuff lined up for myself. Okay. Let me move here. Shoot this guy. Hey. Go for the capture. Capture. There's one tank supporting this, another tank, a mech. That takes a little while. It's got battle capture. Okay, I think we go for the swing. We have our own copter. We need to be down here. Good question. Kind of want to bring you up for these contested things, though. I sit on the city. I don't think I can sit wherever I want. Here's pretty good. Actually, here's better. That way he can't sacrifice his infantry to delay this cap. And it doesn't matter if his tank hits me, his tank's already going to get a hit. And they're both covered by this copter. And he can't afford to do copter chains like I can. I think that's probably the end of that. I'm gonna wait with you just in case I'm missing something else. Not. Refresh. We're done. And I think of the current fog map pool. I haven't actually been playing in it. Or wait, no, I am. I'm playing with it right now. Seems okay. What does it count? I'm playing with it. I don't think I've run into a map I'm super upset with in fog. What have I been missing in chat? Hey, Subby. Very nice. Continuing to climb. Catching 1.1k is really good. You would think that top dogs attract people to their faction, but Cobalt Ice isn't the biggest faction. It's is it Purple Lightning? There's a lot of Orange Star. There's still nothing from my opponent? Nothing. Maybe he didn't go recons. Need to finish that cap. We'll definitely move forward like that. You can go here to go for the comm tower next turn. This would reveal... Okay, I can't hit it. So this would reveal if he has a recon sitting on there. He doesn't. You're going to go here. Hit that frog. Do this stuff. Probably want to clear this with an artillery. Okay. It's a little dangerous to do stuff over here because we have no protection, but we do have plenty of infantry, so it's not the end of the world if a recon comes out of nowhere and kills us. Because I have the tank here, I'm going to do this. It helps reveal if recons are sitting on stuff. We go back here. Okay, still cover what I want to cover. This guy's safe because he's in the woods. I need another tank over here. Okay, yeah, let's get a tank here. Let's see how that goes. Back here to try and get the airport earlier. No, you definitely need the presence out in the middle. Which of these is better to go for first? You can go from here. You can go 1, 2, 3. Doesn't reach anything. It's such an awkward. Here you can kind of do stuff. Go here and then here. You can always decide next turn. I'd have to base skip if I wanted to recon. Let's not do that. Athletes, you're the highest rated red fire player? That's very impressive. Okay, I think I've taken all my turns. Yeah, judging by these timers. So I guess I'll take this one. See what he did. He went for the hit there. Went for an attack down here. How rude. We go after this. And just retreat this tank. Actually, I should hit anyway. The AA approaches. Now, I think I'll do this next time. That's going to take some thinking. Okay, I shall switch over to replays. Transition scene. Be right back. All hail Firelord Math Blitz. Exactly. What do we got here? Okay, we got replay here. Disobeyed. Oh my. It looks gnarly. What CO do you think is the most British? Hawk. I don't know. Hawk enjoyers rise up. Okay. Let's change our good friend here to a couple ice. And we'll see if someone does the recon opener here. We can like learn from it. It's a Jake mirror. These happen a lot. Jake is one of the more... Jake and Adder mirrors happen all the time in Tier 4, at least in Standard. They happen a lot in Fog as well. They're just very strong COs. And this is a very interesting little maneuver down here. I guess he really wants that city. But he does. Yeah. Okay. That's the kind of city I would delay for as long as I can, because it's incredibly safe and it doesn't really have a great connection to another city. It's kind of a dead-end city. And the whole map is plains, yeah. I mean, there's some very key roads, but I don't think they're key enough for coal. Going for the base, makes sense. Going for that city, and then this one's also. You guys are both going for this city so early. I don't understand. Or is it like you're not going for that city, instead you're going for the harbor? So I would not want to expand over here first. But then again, I guess from this base you kind of have to. There's nothing really up here. You'd have to have a pretty long walk. Yeah. So this one makes sense. This one I don't think makes sense. There's lots of stuff that you want to capture that's towards more contested properties. The city is the 3rd infantry city. I feel like you can go down to the airport and then go up to this. Just use 1 infantry for that. Going for the back caps. Also going for the back caps. I think that's probably fine. This base and the 2 base situation definitely is much more limited in its options for captures. 1 base is like flooded with them. And then this base is more forward, so it can actually go for these contested ones. So far, so good. I guess this guy goes for the harbor. The Purple Lightning is delayed because of how they went with this one first onto this mountain. So it's much easier for our hero to deny this city. I'm sure there's a transport copter thing on this map. I just haven't seen it. Tank on the strong side, trying to force a vehicle on the weak side over here. Just mirroring with a tank on the strong side. You're like, no, you're going to get forced. I guess the city's just not going to get captured. Because the stink is going to lock that down pretty handily. But it looks like for Purple Lightning, neither of these cities are going to get captured, which is pretty rough. And that's just because this infantry is delayed a turn. Although I guess it does open up a first strike to try and deny it. But you get to do the, like, I start a capture here and then strike here, and your tank can't hit both. Oh, but the infantries get to move up. So yeah, okay, you can't go for this capture now. Yeah, if you're doing transport copter, I feel like you would be mechs from this city. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can drop them off in this general area. Oof. Going straight for a mech right now, that was not going to be great. Although both players went for it. Oh man, the mech spam has begun. Oh my gosh. Mech artillery. Well, you need to get some transports up and running to really get these mechs working. Otherwise, what's going to happen is if your opponent doesn't match you with his own mech spam, he's just going to overrun your front before your mechs ever show up. This is like the situation where you just let him finish, let him get the capture, because all that's going to happen is that you're going to lose your infantry for a little bit of damage on his capping infantry, like delaying him a turn. And you definitely need your infantry count on your weak side. All right, the mech is now in place to guard this tank. Just good, it didn't take too long. Well, so you're gonna delay this capture, but you're gonna lose these two, and then I guess he can't quite get the first. Oh, yes, he can. Or can he not actually? Okay, so he can't quite get his tank here because he doesn't have an infantry in range. Go kill, and this one steps over and kills this one. But he can kill both of these using the tank for one of the hits and then bring the artillery up. So you're just gonna run out of units over here. Which is bad. Unit count's very important. He didn't go for it. He should have attacked with the tank on the city, and then this guy finishes off, and then this guy can step up and kill this guy, and then the artillery can do whatever it wants. Probably go here. I'm not sure why he built a mech when he's got the two artilleries over here. It might be a case of like trying to spend all of your money at once. So he's like, copter, and then I've got 7k left. So that's enough for mech infantry, but it's totally fine to go just triple infantry and float some cash for more vehicles later, as long as you're not falling behind in unit count. That's totally fine and a good thing to do. Hey, Shadow. All hail the King of the Penguins, yes. The only time you wouldn't do something like that is if you're being immediately pressured and you just need all of those funds on the front line, like yesterday. Like over here, the Purple Lightning is not being pressured at all, so no reason to build a mech. Especially when the front's pushing in. This mech's gonna spend its whole life just trying to catch up. Yeah, the mountains, there's some brutal choke points. Artillery's a good choice. It helps hold the line, especially at choke points. That looks like it might have been another free hit, just kind of let loose. Although you might have it set up so you can punish him. I guess you have the mech to walk over, and the tank comes onto the city and gets a tank on tank shot. Not that bad. He probably should have gone and sat on the city with this tank to stop you getting a tank shot from the city onto him. It's not doing a great job being a wall here. But that's a good hit, and then of course this mech can step onto this mountain. It didn't. Went down to try and break this wall. Okay. I think that's fine. He's not really threatening this. He's got too many mechs, so he doesn't have enough to enough like stuff around to pick your own mechs off. I will say the mech spam is working. I thought it would be way too slow, but it's doing work. Now the first infantry strike does not make the mech useless. At 6 health, it's still hitting like a 6 health tank. Can get a lot done. But if another infantry hits it, then it's a very, very sad mech. What? Oh, I guess he was trying to clear that. So this mech could step here and hit this tank. Well, if you're trying to do that, then you have to go into the forest or into the plains for your Jake bonus. You could also, of course, just hit this mech instead. Ah. Yeah, I mean, that's not quite worth it. But at the same time, your mech's going to die anyway, so I understand what you're going for there. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the merit. It does get to this mountain range pretty quick. If someone's mech spamming at you like this, you can build artillery and you can build like medium tanks. And you can build copters. You usually don't want to build a regular tank though. It kind of gets eaten up by mechs when it's being outnumbered. If you're really gutsy, I guess you could go mega tank, but that's a bit pricey. But it can kill a lot of mechs. Well, this has been a very nice exchange for you over here. Beat down. Is that to shoot this tank? I don't think that's quite worth it. I think you just take the infantry hit and then do a mech hit on his tank. Although these are a nice little push with just the plain stat boost. That's fine. I could see him getting because you use your power, so you're gonna have like very little charge left, and he's almost got his super. So I could see him having a very nice retaliation. Triple base skip twice to afford the mega, yeah. Just I guess for the future, even though you're attacking, in this case you're attacking from a city, which feels nice, you're attacking in range of an artillery, so you might as well step down here, be closer to your base, and all that stuff. It's not going to super matter because there's a lot of stuff to attack you anyway, but just in general. Ooh, I like building from this base and sending it over to this side. That's good. Especially because you're ahead in income, so it's like, why push for the HQ trade? Bombers are also good against mechs. This is true. So are stealths. But there's only one artillery here, so I would definitely get some heavy tanks and kind of wade into this to get a snipe on this. The line. Oh, here's the block rock. Okay, well that means you can reach that probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Can he reach? He can't reach this, not unless he can kill this stuff. He can do a lot of damage over here for sure. Wait, oh, this was just a mech, so he can't actually get that pick off. Oh no. That's a little awkward. He doesn't go for the artillery. Okay, well, this is a little bit of a sad block rock. Yeah, if you don't have good attacks set up, then just save your super till you have a better one. Yeah. I know it can be tempting to be like, oh, I see the button, I gotta press it. Because you don't want to, like, miss out on charge from fights. But the super is like a trump card in itself. You can hold it to like zone your opponent, because you have the potential of +2 movement on all of your vehicles and +1 range on your indirects. So you can kind of set yourself up for a successful super that gets a lot of damage done. It can turn the tide of the battle as like a comeback mechanic. You gotta press that button. Yeah. Well, this is looking really grim over here. This isn't so bad since there's only one anti-air though. And it's in range of an artillery, yeah. This copter is going to be a problem. But you can like copter chain it down. Oh, you have an anti-air over here. Oh, okay. I see how this holds. Like this medium tank is pretty threatening against this army, except for this full health artillery is going to try and fend it off on its own. But you can see, like, if you had your super on this turn, there was some nice hits you could have got. What? Okay. I probably would have cleared this with the mech, or maybe had this mech hit and then have a full health infantry try and get the roll to finish this off, so this tank could attack this artillery from the HQ. I'm surprised this tank got to live. It's going to repair and everything. I can review a high funds game. I've seen that situation happen on this map a lot. It's definitely an HQ race map. It's probably because of this forward base. It's like a desperate hold here, but it's It's starting to look pretty good. This medium tank, though, go after the artillery. It's the only thing here that can fight the medium tank very successfully. So definitely go for that. Don't sit in range of it. The income disparity is helping a lot. He's got enough money, if there's no repairs, to go medium tank, double infantry every turn. Mid-turn super. He got too spooked by the mechs. Yeah. The mechs go marching one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. Now this is going to turn out very poorly for the mechs pretty soon. Oh, he built another mech. In this situation, I probably would not build a mech. It's a little too vulnerable. But once the front line gets destroyed, then this is just a very exposed supply line. The aggressive battleship. I think the aggressive battleship's a pretty bad play. Unless you've got a lot of like anti-airs around. Because a bomber hits it the turn it's built. I guess the turn after it's built. Aggressive carrier would be funny though. The airport lock, the air push. I could see that. I could see that working. Yeah, looks like the HQ push failed. So when you're doing an HQ push and you don't have it completely mapped out to win, definitely use it as like a distraction to take some more properties. That way you don't just kind of lose your advantage. Does he go for the roll? Just go for the roll. It's not very likely. You might as well try. That's not going to accomplish anything. Oof. Both medium tanks living at 1. Income is a bit low for a bomber. It's also a bit low for a battleship, though. So if you see someone saving up for a battleship, you can save up for a bomber pretty easily. Looks like things are going to start to chill out here. Is this not a free copter? What am I missing? The anti-air's not going to strike you. And you even have this artillery covering it. The mech can't reach you. He's not going to hit you with an AA. This can't reach. Isn't that just a free copter? I mean, it's a 2 health copter, but still. It got away. Defensive formation, defensive lines are reforming. Oh, this could take a while. The fabled double failed HQ rush or HQ trade. Get off of the road. Looks like just little lines forming up. Juniper and Friends is actually doing pretty well. The unit count's looking nice. probably wouldn't sit my copter on the airport, though. I think I'd probably build more copters. Oh my gosh. He's starting to be like, well, I'm not getting anything done over here, so I'll start to pressure over here where I might get something more done. You guys got little fortresses going on. Oh, he's going in. This is where having more copters would be really handy. For one, they can attack over mountains, but they can also do really effective copter swarms where they're all covering each other. And you can do attacks like this much more safely. Because this isn't a free shot. This artillery, or this copter gets to cover for the artillery and hit this copter back. And I guess this anti-air's here though, so now maybe it is safe enough. Although he can kind of punish. I don't know, it would open up a hold exchange. Normally infall from X, but he skipped a step. Yeah. Oh, he's going in. Trying to block the anti-air from hitting the copter. He's doing it inside artillery range. So those units are just gonna die. Like so. And then the little incremental advantage is being accrued. Oh, he's jumping in. The first person who gets a super here is probably going to do a lot. And it looks like Juniper and Friends is going to get it. So it looks to me like you can kind of wipe out everything over here. Maybe these guys are too far away. I guess there's only 2 full health vehicles that can dive in. And then just a bunch of artillery. At least all the mechs are dead. This is going to die. Probably kills another mech. I mean, a lot of stuff's going to go down. Well, I don't have statistics for the website, but on the Discord, in like the self roles channel, you can see how many people have chosen which. So many penguins will perish here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, not 6. 6. Nope, not 7. 7. 8. That was a weird little sacrifice, but okay. 9. 10. That's a pretty good strike. There's still a good number of vehicles left for Disobeyed here, though. So he's going to have a pretty nice counter. He'll be able to pick off everything that was just extended to kill stuff. Like so. But this front looks like it's completely collapsed. And he doesn't have quite enough money to get really strong vehicles. Just medium tanks. So once there's like a time limit. It's like once these artillery get in range to base lock this, it's gonna be really, really bad. They're taking a little while. They're kind of trying to form up a line. But at this point, this is going to be a really hard game to come back from. It's very, very long. Losing the properties is kind of... It's Juniper and Friends is like, I don't want to try and go for the base lock. I want to just pressure you by taking your properties, forcing you to try and swing into me, and then I'll take you out. Yeah. I think the initial mech push worked out a lot better than I thought it would. But then the continued mech stream didn't end up working out. And I think going for the HQ ended up being bad. And you should have just gone for all of these properties. But it's a tough call to make. Especially once they start pressuring your HQ and you're like, well, now I have to take their HQ before they take my HQ. You end up losing so many units going for HQ caps that don't work out. And then once you're behind in unit cap or in unit count too much, it's hard to bring that back since it's a set number of units that you can build each turn. Lots of mechs though. Also, if you're going so mech heavy, definitely build some transport copters. That'll help with the pushes and everything. Okay. What we got here? The high funds. Popped up right there. Oh, is this an old one? Yummy. Rick. Riem. Against Fireheart? Must be this one. Is this the right map? When should you kill the recon and blow up the pipe team into Athos? It's kind of at your convenience. This is a funky map. Oh, I've just been warned that on day 12, his copter command crashes the replay. Is that true on the replay player or just on the site? Yeah, the oh, this AA is trapped here. It has to be freed. This isn't Shoal. This is C. Otherwise, yeah, that would be amazing. Player 1 would have a huge advantage. Player 1 would start their turn and go kill your infantry that's responsible for taking this base, and then move their infantry 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, starting this capture, so that you are not in range to actually stop them from getting the capture. It's like the definition of FTA. They kill your infantry, and then their infantry can't be killed. All right, we'll see if it crashes. First, we gotta make Yammy couple dice. Oh no, they're both couple dice. This will be nice and confusing for either the players. Are they facing different ways? No, okay. This is the very awkward top versus bottom, so the way they face. Oh, he is trying to. Okay. There we go. Yeah, you have a choice of which of these bases you want to go for first. And then this base just has more options. So you usually go for that one first, I believe. Although, I'm sure there's something you can do for going for this one first. Actually, it's like this one, oh, and this one takes one less turn to get to. So if you go for this one first, it only takes 2 turns to get to this one, but this one takes 3 turns to get to this one. I see, I see. There are a lot of cities. Yeah, you always go for the right side base. There are a lot of cities, but the one thing the Haka has going for him right now is that this is a top sensei. And since the units spawn in from left to right, top to bottom, once the unit cap gets reached, which is going to happen because it's sensei, the first infantry that get spawned in are going to be way up here, and then that means these cities down here won't be getting the infantry and mech spawns. Just some fun. Sensei is way better when he's on the bottom. Knowledge. Because if he was down here, then his first cities would be like on the front lines that got filled. So when the unit cap gets reached, he's not so punished. It's a fast mech. Unit cap will not be reached. Ooh, that's impressive. Just don't back cap. Yeah. This was such an early mech. I don't know. It must have a plan. That was a base skip. For shame. I guess as sensei, you can get away with more base skips. But still, for shame. It's so early. Like, if this infantry goes down, there's literally nothing else to get these captures. So far, so good for it, though. The mech's on the move. All right, it's the mech arty combo. Yeah, it looks like it. He's trying to infantry deny you down here. Does he build a medium tank? No. Oh, of course not. He wants his copters. He didn't get a copter. I thought that was going to be the whole point. It was copter infantry or copter mech or you have to be copter infantry. I guess he's... I don't know why I went to tank instead. I don't see anything it covers that it's not already covered. You go with a copter? You don't go with a copter either. You get your anti-air in preparation, though. It's fair. In high funds, it's almost I almost consider it just a misplay to not be like constantly building copters out of your airports. You have so much money, and unit count matters so much. Okay, now the copters start coming out. Okay. People hate copters these days? I did not know that. I wonder, well, I guess I'm like, how feasible is it to actually free this anti-air? The anti-airs have not been trying to free themselves. They would run out of ammo before they did it. But it would still like be good chip so you could actually go with the tank and free it. But maybe you don't want to free the AAs because that does give their airport a direct line into the middle. Yeah. It's very... Well, it looks like things are starting to stall out. Really, Sensei should have some sacrificial hits come in. Probably last turn. Let's look at last turn. Yeah. Or maybe you can't quite reach. Is that what's going on? No, you can reach. Just send some tanks in. And then pop your power. And give yourself plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more infantry. Because the longer Sensei waits to get those powers running, the better it's going to be for Hawk. Hawk will be able to build more vehicles to deal with it. And the infantry advantage won't be nearly as important at that stage. You also really want to have the power start churning out as Sensei because the powers feed into themselves because they give you more units. I mean, right now, it kind of looks like Hawk is just going to win with like a big attack and then a power. Ooh. It was a nice little setup to kill the anti-air and the bomber's ready to free itself. I guess that makes sense to go for that trade. You do have this bomber here, and he doesn't have an anti-air in range. Here we go. He wants to free the city so he can produce stuff on it. Copter command! Bloop. How good would this be in Wargroove, though? If every village suddenly popped out a 9 health swordsman that could act. That would be a good groove. The fact that they can act still seems ridiculous to me. All right, I can only imagine that the slaughter is about to begin. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he's got his power. I was like, how did you not get that? He's got his power, so not 6. He's at 5. When did you free that? Was that last turn? Why? Is that pipe seem dead already? I thought it was at full health. 75. I think the replay just doesn't know. Hey, it didn't, the replay didn't crash. Okay, well this is a pretty good attack. Something went on with that pipe scene that the AA can now stand on it, even though it says it has 75 health. Oh, the bomber. Oh, the bomber is right here right now. I gotcha. All right, well, here's going to be another Sensei power pretty soon. It'd be interesting to see if you try and like go for the mech one. That's a base skip. Like, I know you're feeling like you're gonna have plenty of infantry, but you don't need the base skip. Kapow. All right, there is a normal power available. But it looks like Hawk is gonna, or Yami here is going to go for the super. A rocket. Doing a little cat and mouse with this fighter and bomber. Ow. That's a little bit questionable to go for. Because the artillery is staring right at it. Yeah, the replays in Advanced Wars by Web have a few quirks like that, like attacking the pipe scene. The guy didn't move, getting trapped in fog, or by stealths in standard will do the same thing, where the unit won't appear until the turn turns over. Okay. Here is... How much damage did that do? We're at 195,000. 155,000. Did 40,000 damage and only repaired 5,000. But that's still a lot of damage. And there are some, I don't know if misnomers the right word, but sometimes people think that these global powers just do like flat amount of damage to the value of like, it will always be just 20% of the value taken off. But that's only if all of your opponent's units are at max health that it would do that. It's like the best case scenario. If they're all at like if they were all at 4 health and you did 2 damage to all of them, you would have their unit value. And that's why joining units before... that's part of why joining units in anticipation of a global damage power is an effective way to preserve value. You're both making a unit like stronger, but you're also making it so there's less targets that are getting damaged. So, like, instead of having all your 4 health stuff get hit, if they're all at 3, yeah. So, like, instead of having all your 4 health stuff get knocked down to 2 and losing half your value, you'll have half as many things take 2 damage and get knocked down to 6 from 8. If you were in a situation where you could then join them all together instead. Ooh, the mech power. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't do that. Those mechs did not do anything. But I guess you kind of have to do it because there's so much pressure over here and they don't have any other targets. Is this sitting on something? That's just on planes. He must have just gotten a really low roll in that first strike. Yeah, the sensei powers are helping keep the unit count up, which is good. But Hawk, I'm sure Yami is quite happy when the unit count disparages. The difference is just like this much. Part of it was that Hawk had the power active. If the power wasn't active, they would have done a little bit better because of the defense difference. Oof, that really sucks having to do that attack. Into rocket range and Neo tanks are staring at you. And Copter. Ugh. That feels bad. Especially because there's about to be a Hawk normal power. I think this front's about to collapse. Ow. This can't reach, luckily. But this is looking really bad. The rocket is gonna have a hard time keeping itself safe. %20 defense does do a lot. And it's a little bit better than 20%, of course, because power defense is just a flat 10%. It doesn't scale with health like terrain stars do. Oof. I imagine this attack was done for the power charge, because that is a rough exchange. 7 does 2, takes 4. 4 mechs. March, march, march. You can see how Sensei's power kind of feeds into itself. All the mechs that survive this turn can then be used to fuel your next super and or power. Oh my god, that must have done a ton of damage. 165. Yep, a solid 40,000 damage. Probably healed like 16,000. That's pretty good. Makes this Neo Tank attack look even worse. Oof. Yeah, this side is pretty much gone. Oh, that's a nice little surround we got here. I think you can free it with the tank on tank recon. Fighter can get away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Fighter can even hit the bomber. I guess you could use the mech too. kill this. Just resigns though. That's understandable. Those hawk powers were we're looking really strong. I'm gonna start losing these cities, and then Sensei's power goes downhill. When you're behind by 11, or by like 111,000 in value. Yeah, I understand that resign. You can see why mass damage is so brutal. And it is true, Sensei did not get to the unit cap. And I think that's just because the Sensei powertrain started too late. Because when does the first one happen? Day 12? Yeah, that's pretty late. Global powers are, like, incredibly strong in high funds for anyone to fight. Because their damage, like the global damage, scales with the value of the units and everything. Yeah. Typical Sensei stuff is you build a lot of indirects along with your copters, and then you just use your constant stream of free infantry and mechs to wall for your artillery. In rockets. Yeah. That's one of the go-to strategies. It's pretty good. All right, I have another replay here. I think I haven't covered this one. We have Megton against non-tank guy. Sammy versus Drake. Yeah, I mean, you played that game really well. You like Hawk more? One of your first games was this matchup and your opponent called you a noob after they lost? You're both viewers? Who's non-tank guy? Have they been on my chat and I haven't? Maybe I just don't remember them. I'm sorry. Or do they have a different name? Oh, maybe I have seen non-tank guy. That's pretty exciting though. What was your strategy going into this? Oh, who do I? They're both viewers. I guess I'll just turn them both into colonized. That won't be confusing at all. There we go. We'll make one of them. There. No confusion. That's you, Indigo Fox Gaming. Hey! Okay. Ooh, I like the recon opener on this map. It's very strong. I also like the transfer copter opening on this map. It's also very strong. This is looking pretty good so far. Let's see what this boost was like. Okay, you hopped in there. And you're boosting to here. Is this guy gonna then walk to here and go for this city? Because what you can do is instead fly to here, unload the infantry, and then he can go for this city, and then this guy can hop in here and get boost it out to here. Oh, no, that's fine. That's an overcommitment. This is good. This is good. We'll see this classic matchup recon versus transport copter. Oh, and then it's just a delayed transport copter down here. Usually when I'm playing Drake, I get more transport copters to get more use out of my airport. So that's good. Ooh, going back. Getting a double boost. I guess the other option is that you wouldn't go back, you would just like super fly forward, but that's pretty risky with this recon here. It is so hard to stop Sammy caps. Although it's easier to do in fog because they can't always see what you're going to hit them with. That's always really annoying. The recon sitting on the city, there's like nothing you can do. Hey, the triple boost. The fabled triple boost. Double recon? Oh, and then go double recon. I gotcha. Recons are really good against Sammy. Lots of transport boosts. Love to see it. Getting the tanks is smart. Eventually, you'll want to get some like artillery. Or maybe you can also get more transport copters and start sending some mechs out here to these forests. Income's looking pretty even. This recon's actually done a lot of work. All of these infantry have been like delayed by I think 2 turns out of fear of it, which is pretty huge. But now there's just a very large wave of these penguins. Probably should have had them face the other ways, but they don't want to see the bloodshed that's about to happen. Okay. You guys are splitting this map just like perfectly diagonally. And I like sitting on this comm tower while you have a tank to cover it. Ooh. Gets the kill and the cap. Very nice. I think that's guaranteed too with a triple infantry. Well, in this case, having the recon on the tower didn't work out, but normally I would say that's pretty good. Where are the mechs? That felt bad. You know, sometimes it doesn't work out. Did you not actually get to see that setup happen with your recon? Now you saw the tank go into the forest. Okay, so I mean, it was something you could have predicted, I guess. But it's fine. It's just a recon. That's part of recon's lives. They get picked off. It did good damage. It delayed everything up here. You're gonna lose a tank too? Why'd you send the tank in? Don't send the tank in. That's definitely a time when you're like, they've won that comm tower. just like fall back a little bit. What does tempo mean? Tempo is the rate at which stuff is happening. Like the rate at which your units you're moving across the map, when attacks are going to happen. So if you have a loss in tempo, it means that all of your timings are going to be delayed. Or your reinforcements are going to be delayed. And usually people, when they're talking about loss of tempo, they often talk about building like transports and how you lose tempo from that. Because you have less aggressive units. There's like a lull. All right. This is looking kind of dangerous over here. So you're going to have to... The birds agree. Yeah, you have to like block for it. But now that the transport copter is so hurt, it can't really be used as a blocker and just kind of has to run back. Okay, good. You do run with it. Yeah, I can do another replay after this. Oof. That's rough. Yeah, you hate to see it, but it looks like you're still going to manage to get your comm tower, and that's a big deal. I'm not sure if your opponent could have prevented it. I imagine they probably could have. Oh, maybe not. I don't think their copter, because it's a Sammy copter, is going to do enough damage to knock you to 1. And nothing else is actually in range. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, what they did here is really good. I like this pullback from Sammy. It's very important to conserve your infantry as Sammy, so pulling back like that's really good. Especially because if your opponent gets a little too impatient and just like walks into a whole bunch of infantry first strikes, and then pow, 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 pow. Yeah, couldn't have gotten the countdown or prevented it. Okay. This guy looks like, to me, this guy looks like a like huge bait. He's just standing out there on the road. So I wouldn't attack him. It kind of comes to a point where you have to be like, how much do you respect your opponent's play that they wouldn't just leave an infantry out there unprotected? I can change the color. Who is going to be the couple dice? Someone said someone volunteered to not be it. I don't see it in the chat. Don't get this penguin. All right, we'll turn Megton to... Okay. You can be Brown Desert then. Whoosh. Since he's gonna make it rain. Acid rain, okay. Alrighty. Throw up color, let's go. Alrighty. Let's probably make it easier for people to watch. So yeah, I like what's going up here. This looked like massive bait to me. I would not go for that attack. We'll see if that gets punished though. It's still a decent number of infantry against a decent number of infantry. And the artillery was not quite in range. Defending the comm tower. This does look very exposed though. But this is something that Sammy can do. Well, Sammy's not capping that. Well, I don't know if you attack them. Yeah. Unless you're trying to get your power. I think since you'd wait a turn and let Sammy start the cap before you do a dive like this, you just get more stuff up in the meantime. Because while you do the attack over here, Sammy's going to move some of the reinforcements that would be over here to the top right. And you'll have probably a more successful attack. You could have interrupted the cap in the north. Let's look at that. Okay. So you'd have like infantry kill. You don't have vision of this. So you'd go recon. What do you do? You need these two guys to hit this. Okay, so infantry kills this infantry. Recon comes up, hits this guy, reveals this guy, and then this infantry. And this infantry. No, I think you're an infantry short. Is that right? Yeah, you're one infantry short of stopping the cap. But you could have killed all of these, yeah. I think that was just a case of not attacking with your furthest back guys first, but you might have been just trying to keep a defensive line here. Copter reinforcements, good. You definitely want to keep your copters back. If they were a little too far forward, they very easily get sniped, and then like a push comes in to protect the AA. Yeah, this is the problem with the attack down here going a little too early. Is now the tank's going to die and the AA is going to die. And then once your forward AA dies and you don't have one... oh, that's something you could have mentioned. When you put an AA on the front lines like this, you have to build a replacement immediately. Ideally, you'd build it the turn before you'd put it on the front lines, so that it would already be like almost there. But having a turn, or in this case like 2 or 3 turns, with no AA on the front lines when there's copters about, is a very quick way to just lose an entire front. Keeping the infantry in the lander, or not in the lander, in the transport, so that the global damage doesn't hit it. Yeah, definitely always build, especially against Sammy, you can build even more anti-airs because they also one-shot mechs. They one-shot the copters, they one-shot the mechs, they one-shot the infantry. They're good. The recons are also really good. Here comes the rain. Boom. Oof. How much damage did that do? 20,000? Yep, 20,000. Clean 20,000 damage. And then all of these nice infantry pickoffs because of the I like I like the double sacrifice, just on general principles of liking the sacrificial attacks. I'm not sure it was good, but I liked it. Hey, that was nice. Yeah, the overextension's starting to... I mean, it's fine. When you're only like... what, 20,000 behind after a Drake super, I think you're feeling pretty happy. And a hidden unit count. This is a case where I think you just have to let the city go, though. Oh, whoa. The replay viewer treats the rain like it's snow or something. It's saying this copter's got really wonky movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Is it just... I'm not sure how it's deciding this movement, but the copters are not affected by the rain. As you can see, they can zoom around. These are some nice attacks. Killing this recon's huge. Anytime you can take out their only forward vision. But for over here, I think this is kind of sending bad, like good money after bad, kind of. Because you don't have enough units to actually stop the push. So you'll like delay it for 1 turn and then lose 5 units. So just kind of regroup, go on your cities and repair, get some reinforcements, take the cities back. You've got the income to spare. Especially because you're almost at your super. You want to keep as many infantry alive as possible. A 1 health infantry during a Sammy super is just as good as a 10 health when it comes to capping properties. There's no reason to let these guys die. Yeah. Sammy was just barely short the super. If this infantry somehow lives, it's not going to live. It would have had the... but if it had, it would have been a scary one. Sammy's not that upset about this super, though, because get the comm tower. Yeah. Definitely go for... Sometimes you feel like you want to go for their like really contested properties to be like, ha, I got that from you. But the problem when you do stuff like that is they just kill your unit and then they take the property back. So some of the best things to go for are these ones. Hard to reinforce. They're suddenly yours. Taking the comm tower is huge. Definitely take the comm tower first. That was an interesting use of the infantry over here. I would have thought you'd go for this city, right? Can not reach? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it can't reach. Never mind. That's fine. Hey, we got city. I would use... You'd probably go infantry in a vehicle to clear this. Or something. I guess you can't quite clear this one. Never. I guess it doesn't matter. But yeah, while you do stop this north cap, you lose your units for it, and then... Well, maybe you don't. Maybe this is good enough. I didn't notice that the copter could come in there. That's pretty good. looking good. I think these guys die. There isn't quite enough up here to actually stop this, right? Maybe some of these die. Actually, I guess this dies and this dies. But it looks like you're in a position that you can hold both comm towers, which is a big deal. Oh, he doesn't actually see this. Oh, going for that cap makes sense. And that's kind of why going for these as Sammy is sometimes counterproductive. Even though they look so tempting. The counterattack begins, yeah. Oh, that's pretty sneaky. It looks like it still just dies for it. I probably would have gone for the kill on the 6 health infantry. Or maybe you can't without comm tower and it's got the defense. That makes sense that you didn't go for it. Oh, thank you, that frog. Sammy's just not giving this up. Doing a great job. It looks like the punish next turn is going to be kind of brutal, though. It can be hard to tell when you need to pull back. the bomber just kind of inches forward. I guess at this stage, I'm a little concerned about the fact that this, for one, the bomber's really far back, but like the artillery's not actually covering this. Probably want to go for a more central position where you can have the artillery in the forest. But it's hard to get there at this point because this is definitely feeling like a no man's land. Yeah. The Drake battlecopter doing work here. This is an impressive one. It's down to 3 health. It's been fighting. And now, of course, we're in a big problem because while this has been delayed, there hasn't been enough reinforcements coming over here. So the only presence is this 6 health infantry and a 1 health tank to guard all of these properties. And then because there isn't an artillery covering this, or even like a rocket, you have to move into artillery range to deny it. Although if you have an amazing spider sense, and you're like, this is the only anti-air he's got, then you can use the bomber to deny it. Shh, to the bomber. Let's see. I mean, I'm fine with you waiting with the tank. I think I'd probably attack the other tank because I think there's going to be plenty of stuff around here to kill this tank without caring that it's using a turn. And then you might take a hit point off. Yeah. And then we're going to have to start getting into trades over this. Where the Drake, Megton put 1 infantry forward, then you have to put 2 infantry forward to kill this infantry, and then an artillery shot and 3 infantry are going to come forward, and then you have to commit more stuff, and it's just going to spiral up and up and up and up and up until one player can't continue escalating. Which right now, looks like Sammy's going to be the one who won't be able to continue escalating because there aren't enough infantry around. And if you're the first one to commit a vehicle to an infantry fight, then you're in a lot of trouble. Oh, but Drake doesn't actually see this infantry, so it doesn't quite work out for him. The artillery is still really strong here. The bombers, the bomber pair hiding in the shadows, ready to strike. Oh no. Don't do that. Definitely be a little more protective of the medium tanks. You'd want to save them to strike a vehicle, hopefully, as they enter into a fight. Otherwise, they're very vulnerable sitting on the roads. I probably wouldn't. Well, I might expect a bomber at this stage. I'd be a little more concerned about maybe like a rocket shooting me. Yeah, you definitely need more AA or even a fighter. Drake fighters are fine. Yeah, that's a pretty juicy bomber strike. It probably felt a little terrifying because it's like I don't know how many AA are hiding it in the shadows, but it turns out that it's none. So that's going to work out pretty well. But the top right corner is going really well for Drake, which is what he needed. And we can see the unit count problem is in this game as well. And almost always plagues Sammy as all the infantry end up dying. Yeah. In this case, the global damage has the unit count advantage by a good margin. Oh, resigned? Resigned? I did not expect the resignation. You still have 2 bombers. You needed, like, some recons for sure. But when your bomber goes in, kills a medium tank, and doesn't get punished, you gotta feel pretty happy about that. Seeing the global damage on the horizon, probably pretty ominous. Losing the top right corner sucks. And there's nothing. There's a single recon to hold it off. Yeah, the unit count is pretty bad to salvage. But you could still, as Sammy, with 2 bombers on the front lines, I think you could probably push for a last desperate HQ cap. You just got to be like, well, I'm gonna lose this. I have a transport copter. I have enough infantry over here to hopefully push through. I'm probably gonna have my super by the time I arrive. But yeah, losing the sides does mean that you can't losing the sides and having no way of taking them back currently because of the unit count disparage. Man, I keep wanting to say that word and I just can't pronounce it. Unit count difference means that you can't play a long game. Yeah, you'd have to go Sammy to the HQ. But I think this was a very well played game. And it's hard for Sammy to hold up against Drake and Fog. Global damage is scary. All right, we've got another replay here. I think I said that was going to be the last one. This will be the real last one. We got Alex Arcanus. This is good. I think Alex Arcanus is our viewer. Yeah. You get to be a couple dice. To the right. Okay. Here we go. I don't think I know this map. It's a high funds map, starting with an airport and a little island. So I'm expecting to see a lot of transport copters getting built here, as well as just a lot of copters in general. The lab HQs look very exposed. There's also a double comm tower map. So I'm guessing this player goes to this corner, this player goes to this corner because the two bases are here, the lab's here. Grim. I have never seen this map. Is it Global League? It says it's Global League. Yep, transport copter. I don't know if Sensei has got any transport copter shenanigans here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, he could have just walked there, so. Did he boost it? No, he just walked there. He should have boosted it. Okay. I'm surprised I didn't get matched on it in my 25 games. I had so many high fun games. Yeah, that makes sense. Zooming right on up there. I think he wanted to not go for this cap and instead boost here. So he could go for this city next turn. It's not a huge deal, but definitely another transport copter though. As Sensei, you're going to want a lot of transports. He is, however, bottom right Sensei, the best Sensei. So his spawns will be happening on the front lines up here. Always be boosting. Yeah. Look for all those properties that are 7 away. Well, straight for the comm tower. That must be because of this copter. Yeah, it's because of the copter. Okay. AA makes sense. If you get the AA, you probably don't need to go straight for the comm tower. Ooh, went back for this comm tower very quickly. I would have used the transport copter for more transporting first. I don't think there's any real pressure. There's definitely no pressure to get this comm tower that early. There's no way they're going to stop you. Again, with a pretty early backwards comm tower. There's lots of properties over here that are just really itching for some captures. A nice free hit. Lots of tanks. I think against Sensei, you probably want a little You don't need quite so many tanks. I'd probably get more AAs in preparation for what you're going to be up against. But as long as you just like keep a respectable tank count, it's fine. And again, since it's getting some tanks, he's kind of forcing you into it a bit. But I think you can, in high funds, I think you can rely on more anti-airs and then just like neo tanks and the like to deal with the opposing tanks. Because there's going to be a lot of infantry and a lot of mechs and a lot of copters. And who doesn't want to see Eagle with 10 AA do a lightning strike and just wipe out everything? Sensei's getting very, very small movements to get over here. I feel like Sensei can't actually contest this corner at all, so should probably just head straight to the middle. Yeah. I mean, this corner is very well defended. Just be like, okay, well, if you're going to have your investment over there, I will strike you in the middle where you don't have anything. Although you have stuff coming up now. But I guess he does have to defend his lab. Interesting that you guys actually got the comm towers in the opposite corners I thought you were. I still think he should have gotten middle, and then he can sweep back after he does damage here. The copters do get stronger, but Sensei should still get some bombers. If he's getting faced with some big boy units. His bombers aren't any weaker, so they're still really, really good. This is such a... Is this how this map typically plays out? Or is this just because it was Sensei going straight for this comm tower? Also, something I've noted before in the other Sensei game, like if you're playing Sensei, do not be shy about starting a fight, even if it's like slightly losing, because you're going to get your power really soon, and then you're going to have a huge wave of infantry, which matter more the earlier in the game they start coming out. It is 2.5 copters per bomber, but you only have one airport. So you get to condense those. What? This is an interesting block. I'm gonna assume this was move plannered out or something. I am not sure why these transport copters are being sacrificed to the gods. They're so useful for Sensei. There's going to be so many infantry. And you want to get them all to the front lines. I'm not sure what these transport copters... Is it trying to stop... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, the anti-air would not be able to reach this copter. So, I think you just go back with the transport copters and bring more stuff. Also, don't ever... I feel like you shouldn't ever stop airport production at Sensei and High Funds. Even if it means building a bomber instead of a Neotank. Oh, here comes trying to swap corners. Sensei really wanted to get this property, because if Sensei gets these, like if Sensei managed to get these 3 properties, then all of the infantry spawning from them would make it very difficult to take the comm tower. It looks like it didn't quite work out for him. Yeah, I don't know what was up with the transport copters being sacrificed like that. At least he still got to keep 1. They're very important. Oh, he's going for mechs. Oftentimes you just don't go for mechs. They're very slow. Although I guess there's one free shot on an anti-air with the mech. But typically, until later in the game, you just get lots and lots and lots of infantry for free. Like the free infantry can interrupt this. Free infantry can hit this infantry. The free infantry can interrupt, or it can't interrupt this, but it can, I guess he would only be able to hit the tank. This one, not so great. It's still nice to be over here, though. Yeah, I would not hold my power for the mechs. Personally, but maybe it's better than I think. The perfect swap of comm towers. This is going to be another... Oh, this is not day 12. This is a day 11 power. All right, airborne assault. Here comes the mechs. Does he still have the transport copter? Or did it die? It looks like the transport copter died. That's too bad. Because you can see how important it would be to have 2 transport copters right now. Like, look at all these mechs way back here. They're going to take forever. And you're Sensei, so you kind of want your mechs and infantry that you're spawning to fight and die. This is a high funds match. Global League. You want them to fight and die. You don't want them to be caught in transit, taking up your unit count. Yeah, that was definitely a good deletion. It wasn't mandatory yet, but it can very easily get there. I think he could have... Maybe you can't, actually. I guess 2, because you're Sensei tanks, so they're not going to be able to kill the... No, they're Sensei tanks, but it's triple comm tower Sensei tanks with power. I imagine 2 of them would kill the transport copter, and then the mech can walk through and hit this tank. The copter command would have denied the comm tower, would it? If you cleared the way. Or you mean in previous turns, yeah. Like, he could have copter commanded last turn and then done another copter command this turn. After, like, just either joining for money. That's another thing you can do, is you can join your mechs together to get an influx of cash. Making that 9 health really work for you. Looks like we're about to see Eagle. Yeah. Kill a lot of stuff here. Kapow. You can see how strong these like anti-airs are. In this case, it's going to die for it, I think. Or no, it's not, because this copter can save it. If the copter wants to. The copter could always go after a different copter if it wanted to. It's a pretty good lightning strike. Hey, the copter comes in with the save. Ending 50,000 ahead is good. And it was during Sensei's super turn. So he did not get any charge off of any of that. Which really sucks. I didn't see that tank there. The AA dies anyway. But the bomber survives. That's more important. So I think Eagle's in a pretty good spot here. They're even on income. But the dominance in both corners is looking pretty strong. The main issue he's running into is there isn't enough AA. So if I was playing, I would probably triple anti-air this turn. The fighter and a single anti-air is probably good. Yeah, Sensei isn't is too in love with the mechs right now. The mechs are good, but they're not as good as having, I don't know, like 40 more infantry. Because one of the best parts of spawning a bunch of infantry is that you can slam them into your opponent's infantry, and then your opponent can't take your cities, which means that you maintain your production of your units, of your free infantry units. And then as it gets later in the game and you've got like fights coming into your masses of cities, then you can always threaten the mechs. You do have the charge pool of Adder with an even larger super stockpile, so you can always set up a double normal power as well. Which can be pretty brutal. And when you have so many infantry, you can always rely on luck rolls to try and take down big stuff too. Because you're often just desperately trying to get rid of units so that you can then spawn more units. So if they like place a mega tank and it's like, I don't know, if it was like here or something, then all of these infantry from the cities just slam into it, trying to luck roll it down and die. Hey, Copter Command. Good to see. He's gonna start exploding in the unit count now. A double fighter down here. Whoa. Usually you want your fighters a little more spread out unless you're having awkward fighter wars, which is what it looks like is happening. I think Eagle's being pretty smart here. Doesn't want to get too involved in a brawl before he has enough stuff that he can kind of just do the Eagle thing, where he kills everything, gets enough charge, lightning strikes, finishes everything off that you didn't kill in the first place. And the control over the corners, I think it keeps flipping. No, I think it's been Eagles for a long time. These are very important corners to have pressure on. And it's also going to force Sensei to spread his units out. Although having them all clumped up is also really good for Eagle, who definitely needs more AAs. Anti-air are one of the best units for Eagle because they're kind of like bombers. They can fly up, they can run up, one-shot something, and then the lightning strike lets them one-shot another thing. So they're very, very effective. They don't have to rely on 2-hit KOs. You can even go on solo missions where they're just chaining between copters and bombers and the like, and mechs. Looks like it's going to start getting really grindy, which is really good for Eagle, because Sensei wants to be constantly brawling, losing units, and spawning more units, so that the unit count advantage goes in his favor. And Eagle would love to reach the unit cap, and then Sensei becomes a lot weaker, and Eagle is at like the maximum strength. This poor fighter's gonna get caught, but it's also serving a great source of charge for Eagle. So I think Eagle is definitely in range now that, should he desire to, he can lightning strike whenever. And this isn't looking that bad, because you can kind of cleave into here. The bomber can hit something over here, and then it can come down and kill this. He might see it this turn, but he can also just wait. Looks like he's going in. Another nice thing about Eagle is that his artillery can move and shoot on the lightning strike turn, so he's got some of the best artillery in the game. Like so, he can do a lot of these setups. Just runs up and then lightning strikes. Von Bolt can of course do it with his super over a longer period of time. He can super, move up his artillery, and then your units around the artillery are stunned, and then the next turn he fires on you, instead of this like all happening at one turn. You can see while the game like kind of stalled out a bit, that was hugely to Eagle's advantage, because now you get a turn like this where you have a very large unit count, and it doesn't really matter that your opponent has an equally large unit count, because you just crush them. I can think of a few scenarios that you'd want to use Lightning Drive, especially in Eagle Mirrors, although when I did it in my last Eagle Mirror, I still ended up losing. But if like you're in an Eagle Mirror and there's a small objective that you want to get now, and you know that you're not going to get your super first, then you could, and you know you're not going to give them their super with your normal power, you could use your normal power to get to achieve your little objective, and then rely on the fact that they're going to do so much damage with their super that you'll get your super from it. But let's see how much this did. So is that 70,000 right now? Oh, that was 210,000 damage. How many units was it? Is that 40? Oh, he's at 43. Down to 18. That was 25 units. Yeah. That's definitely a sign. That's just Eagle being played really well, you know, for the late game Eagle plays. And it's very fun getting turns like that where you just kill everything. So that was well played. I think that's a good game to end on too. So I hope everyone has a good night or morning. And I hope you enjoyed the games. I'll be back tomorrow. And on Friday is when the Wargroove tournament round is scheduled.